Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. The name is Ninja Knight. Make sure you like the video, make sure you share the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you. So today, Hasbro Pulse had a live stream and they revealed some new Transformers Studio series. Now they also showed a redeco of the Ectotron that we have seen in the Transformers and Ghostbusters crossover. Personally, I was hoping to see a new crossover, perhaps Kit from Knight Rider, maybe even the General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard, or maybe even one of the helicopters that was used in the A-Team and or the A-Team's van. I would have loved to see something that was going to be a crossover from one of those great brands. Here we have some stuff from the Studio series, and the first one that we have is essentially just something with a new head, because we've already seen this mold in Cliffjumper before, and I don't think it's quite shocking for people to see this as a reveal. We all knew this was coming. So what we have here is a Cybertronian version of Bumblebee. I refuse to call him B127. The idea of a movie titled Bumblebee and him having a centuries old name of B127 and some character decides on a whim to call him Bumblebee and that's what he's forever known as, no thanks. And that's one of the biggest problems I have with that movie, amongst many others with that movie. Anyway, right here we have the Cybertronian mode. It looks nice, it looks good. If you've Cliffjumper, you know what to expect with this one. This does share an awful lot of elements with the Jeep Bumblebee as well too. But overall, it's a decent figure, and he's coming here with the battle mask as opposed to his unmasked appearance. From the next image that we're going to see here, we will see him in the Cybertronian battlegrounds, and this is something that we are going to see more of within this line. We are going to see this background being used way more. We will see more Seekers. We will probably see a Cybertronian Optimus Prime. We will probably see Ironhide, Ratchet, RC, Brawn, perhaps even Wheeljack. The ideas for these are endless, particularly with the G1 names having to be kept in circulation. You'll probably see Soundwave, Shockwave, characters like that that did appear in the movie. I wouldn't be too surprised if you're seeing a Studio Series Megatron from this, personally, if they start to run out of ideas. The next image, though, is something that I was really looking forward to, and we got a clear look at this guy today, and I'm delighted with this. I was a big fan of the character in the movie Dark of the Moon, and it's Autobot Dino. He was also known as Mirage in some of the comic tie-ins, but it seems like they want to stick with the name Dino as this character. It's a pretty strange one, and I think for an awful lot of people that wouldn't be into Transformers, certainly when it has the name Dino, a lot of people probably think this is Dino, with the Dinobots as well too that have been coming out recently. I'm sure that this is going to cause many confusion amongst those people that work in stores that are ordering this, so I hope that this is not affected. As we can see here, it is missing the Ferrari stamp, which should be in and around here on the image, and I think they are going to have to take some creative licenses with this to get it past Ferrari, because Ferrari do not want their cars being made into Transformers. I think it's with the deal that they've had with Hot Wheels, where they have a very specific deal, and then allegedly there was some sort of issue with Hasbro and Ferrari, because Ferrari didn't really want their car turned into a Transformer. They were happy with it though being in the movie as advertisement, and that for me is probably the reason why we didn't see this character again after this Dark of the Moon, basically Transformers 3. He transforms though into a very nice looking robot mod, and I think for anybody that has that third party Farage, they will be well accustomed to something that looks really good, and in robot mode also looks really good. I think for the $20, the €25, the £20, however much this is going to be, I think what you're getting here is a pretty decent looking robot mode. It looks fairly accurate to what we've seen on movie. I would have personally liked maybe an extendable version of these swords, because he does use them as sort of whip chains within the movie, but maybe that's something that they might use down the line. We might get that eventually. But I think ultimately this guy looks absolutely wonderful. His robot mode looks outstanding. He is number 71 in this line, and I think with this battle scene here, now this to me is a big clue, because we have had other characters that were within this scene. We have had Sideswipe, we had Bumblebee, and then we had the Dreads that were in that scene. So I wouldn't be too surprised if they make the rest of the Dreads very soon. We have seen Crankcase and we have seen Berserker so far. I think we might get the third one that's going to come with them, possibly Hatchet. I would love to see that, because he turned into a four-legged kind of doggish looking character. as opposed to the two-legged characters that the other two SUVs transformed into. I think even with Dino standing here, he looks very heroic. He looks really well. He actually looks arrogant, which the character was within the movie. I'm hyped for this. Personally, I think I'm actually going to buy two of this guy because I absolutely love the way this figure looks. So that's the news for today in terms of Transformers. What did you guys think? Are you really excited for this Studio Series line? Or would you have liked to see more 86 movie figures? I thought that today we might have gotten a reveal of Jolt from Revenge of the Fallen, but we didn't. I thought we might have seen some more 86 movie stuff, because at the rate that certain reviewers are coming out with these videos of leaked copies of these figures, it certainly puts the surprise, at being a moot point then at that stage. Up until now, though, no reviewer has had Dino, so maybe there is some sort of crackdown coming along with Hasbro. It remains to be seen, but nobody has leaked this one yet. This had been a leaked listing as opposed to a leaked figure, so I suppose we'll wait and see what happens next. Would you have liked to see more 86 movie figures that we could have seen in this line? Perhaps maybe the likes of Wreck-Gar. You could have had maybe someone that was on Quintesson, maybe perhaps even someone like Slag that had been there. We had Sludge. We also had Swoop. Some of the Dinobots, obviously. I'm thinking of a 86 movie Springer, perhaps without the dirtiness that he had in the Siege line. I think the list and possibilities within that line are absolutely endless. Would you feel the same? Are you delighted to see Dino getting an official release? I know an awful lot of people thought that this was never going to happen, and we got the car version of Dropkick in his place, allegedly, earlier in the line. So something seems to have been worked out. Whether this is as accurate to the Ferrari as it could be, maybe remains to be seen. What do you think about that? Do you think car licenses are a little bit too overwhelming with their desires after giving their permission for their cars to be used in these movies? Or do you perfectly understand the way they behave? Let me know what you think. Drop a comment in below. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell as well too to get any more further updates from me. And I'll talk to you later. Good luck till all are one.